I've reached a conclusion between Modern Warfare and Cold War and what game I genuinely enjoy more now that I've given Modern Warfare a second chance since my first account got banned and I had a distaste for Modern Warfare in my mouth every time I thought about it or played the game. But now, after grinding Modern Warfare and Cold War, going back and forth between the two games for the past month, I have something that I want to talk about, and that's after all this time of playing both games and having 20 days playtime in both Cold War and Modern Warfare, I've come to the final conclusion that I like Modern Warfare better. And I know that that's going to come as a shock to a lot of people because of how much I defended Cold War during Cold War's life cycle, and that was mainly because of how much I actually sat there and enjoyed Cold War. That doesn't mean that Modern Warfare was a bad game or Cold War was a bad game. Both games, I think, are definitely good, but in terms of Call of Duty, they're just good. Both games could have been so much more than just good. They could have been great or amazing, but they just stayed on the fence of being good Call of Duties. Not bad, not great, just good. And Call of Duty is like a pizza. Even when it's bad, it's still good, which is why people still enjoy games like Infinite Warfare, Ghosts, Advanced Warfare. In my opinion, both games, Modern Warfare and Cold War, are good. There's tons to do in both games. You got Warzone and multiplayer on Modern Warfare's side, and you got multiplayer and zombies on Cold War's side, and I guess both games technically have Warzone added to them since the Cold War integration, but that's not the point. When it comes down to the end of the day, the reason I like Modern Warfare better is literally just because of the gunplay. It's not about the maps, it's not about the camo grind, it's not about how it has a smoother running engine. It's just coming down to the gunplay of Modern Warfare. In the terms of Cold War has better maps, better visuals, and better aesthetic to it, more game modes and fun party modes, but SBMM ruins it. I think it was in an Actman video that I was watching last week where he said you could have a cake and this cake could have all the best ingredients, but if you have bad icing that tastes bad, no one's going to enjoy the cake regardless of how good the rest of it is. And that's the same thing with Cold War. Cold War has a good base of a cake. It just has skill-based matchmaking as the icing and a few other issues as the icing, like poor designed camo grind challenges. And the thing is that also is the same thing for Modern Warfare. And Modern Warfare has a great base of the cake, great weapons, great engine, great gunplay, but the icing is what tastes bad. The icing for Modern Warfare being the map design, the slow pace, the issues with sound design with dead silence and the imbalance of some of the things like that. So when I make my decision of which is better, Modern Warfare or Cold War, it literally just comes down to which game has the best, worst tasting icing. It's literally just comes down to the thing is we could have an amazing Call of Duty if we took Modern Warfare's engine, gunplay, Cold War's map and aesthetics, and just merge them together. But keep in mind that we would also have to have like the ground war game modes and stuff like there as well. So you take the Cold War maps, Modern Warfare weapons, and the engine, you have a amazing Call of Duty. But the thing is I know both games have their issues. I still enjoy both games. I've had fun playing both games. I don't hate either one of them. Just because I have thought about it and come to the conclusion that, hey, at the end of the day, I was wrong about Cold War and Modern Warfare is a better game. That doesn't mean that Cold War sucks, or that doesn't mean that Modern Warfare sucked when I like Cold War more. If both games sucked and I hated both games, I wouldn't have put in 20 days of playtime into both. I wouldn't have unlocked Damascus for a second time. I wouldn't have unlocked DM Ultra or Dark Ether. I wouldn't have done all those grinds if I didn't enjoy the games. Sure, Call of Duty's been miles better than where it is right now, but I think we can learn a lot from how Call of Duty is right now and what makes great games. And I hope the developers are seeing it the same way we are, where we clearly see the issues that Call of Duty has. Clear as day. The community screams at the top of the roof about it. So hopefully Activision, Treyarch, Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer, Raven, hopefully they're listening. We're getting a new anti-cheat soon, which is amazing, and that's going to fix a lot of the problems Warzone was having. But Anti-cheat will only solve some of the problems. People are acting like anti-cheat's gonna save the day when it's not. We're still gonna have issues like weapon balance and gameplay issues. Call of Duty hasn't been perfect in the entire history of the game. However, there was a point in Call of Duty's history where even though it lacked perfection, we still got amazing games. Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, World at War, COD 4. The golden era of Call of Duty was the best we've ever seen. Call of Duty developed and innovated and made games that the players wanted to play. They had the best development teams ever. My favorite Call of Duty was developed in 6 to 8 months, and that was Modern Warfare 3. For those that don't know, Modern Warfare 3 was developed shorter than any other Call of Duty of all time, yet it became my favorite. It became a better version of Modern Warfare 2 in my opinion. I know a lot of people like the imbalance of Modern Warfare 2 and all the game-breaking stuff that it had in that game, like one-man army noob tubes, but it was fun. All those games were fun regardless of the issues they had. And comparing a game like Cold War and Modern Warfare that had 3+ years of development, comparing it to Modern Warfare 3 and how much I liked Modern Warfare 3 versus now, I don't think development time is the main issue with Call of Duty. I think it has a lot to do with the design choices, and I think anyone with a brain knows that design choices are obviously going to cause a lot of issues. And Call of Duty just can't use the same design choices every year, because then we would literally get the same game over and over again, which you could say, oh, well, Call of Duty's the same game over and over again every year, which yes and no. Of course, Call of Duty isn't going to change its formula drastically, and when it does, it doesn't work. Look at Black Ops 4, one of the most disliked Call of Duties of the recent years. Multiplayer was completely reworked in that game to make it more quote-unquote competitive, and it just didn't work. A lot of people stayed away from the game and didn't like it overall. Sure, Blackout was redeeming, but Blackout was a battle royale, which was just trying to compete with Fortnite, and it wasn't even free to play, so it couldn't compete with Fortnite in the first place, which was a free to play game. And now looking at Cold War and Modern Warfare and how they're faring with modern games and just compared to older Call of Duties, I don't think we'll ever see Call of Duty return to the glory that it once was. But I think we definitely could see another golden era. Or I guess it wouldn't be golden, it would be more of like a silver era, a more second place golden era. And Cold War and Modern Warfare could be the start. Hopefully they learn what that bad icing was that put a bad taste in players' mouth with Modern Warfare and Cold War. As I said, and I'll say it again, I enjoy both games very thoroughly. It's a lot of fun. I have so many good memories playing both Cold War and Modern Warfare. I'm extremely happy that I did get to experience both games and have fun on both games. I actually really like the fact that I enjoyed those games even though the majority of the community hated them. Did they have their issues? Yes. But so did Black Ops 2, so did Modern Warfare 2, so did COD 4. Every COD's had its issues, but even though Modern Warfare and Cold War have had theirs, I've enjoyed both games. They're far from perfect and far from being a great Call of Duty, and they're both good games, but that's literally the best they'll get, is they'll just get good. They won't be any better than good. Will we see the same with Vanguard? Honestly, with how the beta played, my expectations is for Vanguard to be a good Call of Duty and nothing more. Hopefully I'm proven wrong. I still have high hopes for the game, but Vanguard killed a lot of the good expectations I had for the game based off of the info that we heard. It sounded like it was going to be a combination of Cold War and Modern Warfare, taking the best from Modern Warfare and taking the best from Cold War and putting it into one game and having a Call of Duty experience that is better than any we've seen in a long time. And for those that have made it this far in the video, I want to be more accountable with commentaries coming out of this in the future. I know I've been back and forth between Cold War and Modern Warfare within the past couple of months, and I would say within the past year, I've been very back and forth of which one sucks, which one doesn't. I've been very critical of the bad in both games, and I've also praised the good in both games. And I want to be more credible in the future of having my opinions be voiced how I feel rather than what I think would get clicks and what would get views, because there are videos that I'm sure I've made that have been for clicks rather than for actual meaningful commentary. So I want to be more accountable on that in the future. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up the video here. Use code WILD on GamerSubs for 10% off all your purchases. Help save you guys some money and help supports me and the channel as well. Anyway, I'm about to head out, and if there is one, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.